In this video, I'm going to be talking about a lot of common issues that people get when they first start running, i.e. shin splints, ankle issues, bit of knee pain. Don't get me wrong, there's loads of different causes for it, and this isn't just like the holy grail of it, but it's one of the most common ones that I see in the clinic. And with it being that time of year and everyone starting running, it's important to know what you're doing so you don't get injured. So a little bit about the area that's actually being affected. So we'll talk about the shin. You've got the two joints above it, you've got the knee joint and the ankle joint. Main thing you want to look at is if you're going down into the foot and thinking about plantar fasciitis and the muscles under there, it gets a bit too complicated. First point of call is you've got your calf muscles, soleus underneath that, but the opposite of that on the front of the shin is the shin bone, the shin muscle. So the tibialis anterior. What muscle is that? It's the one that goes straight through down here. What is the job of that? So when you go into a calf raise, I'll just demonstrate it here like this. You're coming up. Your feet, you go on your tiptoes. Tibialis anterior does the opposite of that. It dorsiflexes the foot, so you're bringing your toes to the ceiling. Not many people do that very often in a day, like unless you're walking a little bit weird. So you think about it when you're walking, running, training, because a lot of people do train calves, but again, you think about the amount of volume your calves get compared to the tibialis anterior. Calves are up there. Probably most people don't even train those tib anteriors unless you know how important they are. It's really important to understand the muscle groups, like what the opposites of a muscle are. So you've got the calf and the tib anterior. For example, you've got your chest and you've got your back, bicep, tricep. They work in cohesion together. So when your bicep is flexed, your tricep is extended. It's important to know stuff like this. So for example, you think about posture. Everyone's supposed to sit right. Everyone would love some perfect posture. However, say for example, I go to the gym for 2-3 months. I train back 4 times a week. No, not 4 times. I train chest 4 times a week. I then go and train back once a week, or I don't even train back. Naturally, yes, I'm going to develop a bigger chest. My chest is going to develop, my front delts will develop. However, they're going to tighten, and obviously they connect to the shoulder joint. It's going to pull that shoulder forward. Front delt will pull that shoulder forward. And then you look at my posture there, hunched over. And the amount of pressure that goes on the back, naturally, you just curl more and more and more. Why is this important? So, you're training one muscle group. For example, when you're running, you're walking, you go to the gym, you do calf raises. You're training your calves. That tightens them up. They're nice and strong. They can do their job. However, you don't train your tib anterior, and every time you're running, you're planting the foot, it's that impact going through, and that tibialis anterior isn't strong enough, it's not got the endurance, it's never been trained to compete up with it. So that's why when you go and run a long distance, you get those shin splints, because it hurts. So, I'm just going to show you a few exercises to basically bulletproof your ankles, and they do have a massive effect on your knee strength as well. So, first exercise. First exercise, very beginner, and this is just if you don't have tibialis anterior, basically, if there's no strength there. Start off with heels on the floor, sat down. You can brace here to help with you, because we're not bothered about obviously your upper body getting involved. It's purely shins, and you're just going to start off with just raising your toes up, keeping your heels on the floor, raising up like that. That's the beginner one. Moving on to a little bit more of an advanced one, most people should still be able to do this, is it's against the wall. So you're going to lean back against the wall. You can obviously put your hand on the side for brace, and further back obviously means the easier it is. And then the same thing, you're just raising your toes off onto your heels. And again, when you're doing this, think about contracting the muscle, think about contracting that shin bone, just so you're not swinging back and getting momentum. It is purely that contraction. Coming up and back down. And then obviously what you're going to do is you're going to want to progress it to the point where you can stand up. It's a little bit harder. Coming up, down, up, down, up, down. Isolating that muscle and then building the strength up from there. Final exercise is adding weight onto it. So you want to progressively overload it, because that's where you're going to get the real benefits from it, and it's going to reduce the risk of injury at all. Way to do that, and the easiest way at home, or the easiest, most accessible way, is with a kettlebell. So you can do it with, some gyms have machines, but it's very rare to find them. but you can do it with a dumbbell makeshift or maybe a plate, but best way to do it is a kettlebell. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit back, you're going to get the kettlebell comfortably through the handle with your foot, and then you're going to sit back. You want to kind of keep a straight leg, so it's best to do it on a bed so that you're not sat flexing it and then cheating by obviously extending and getting the quads involved. So flat like that, shuffle back so you can see a little bit, and then what you're going to do, let that drop down. It's going to be shaky, but the good in rehab, if you're not shaking or if it's not a struggle, you're not doing it hard enough. Okay, so straight leg, come up, squeeze, back down. Basically just like a bicep curl, but for your shin. And then what you can do over time is progressively overload, increase that weight up, and the stronger these tib anterior gets, the better you are. So it's just a quick video just explaining some of the common issues people have, especially around this time of year when they start running, trying to get fit for summer. And it's not always just the amount you do, it is the fundamentals of it. And this is a core fundamental of your body. So even if you're not injured and you're not suffering with shin splints or any of the other injuries we mentioned, do these exercises, put them in your program to prevent you from getting injuries. They're some of the best exercises you can possibly do, and you can thank me later.